and now let's welcome to the stage Samuel Jonas of Guthrie fame and local storyteller.
I'm a little taller.
Yeah, you are.
Hey guys.
Hi.
Change, huh? It's a good theme for tonight. We're segueing slowly into springtime weather, full-time here. So I moved to Portland in 2012, right at the beginning, well, the plan was to take a permanent holiday from the reckless and addictive behavior that I had been exhibiting and the lifestyle that I lived, because I knew I needed to change or I'd die. Yeah, I took all the stuff I had, I packed up, moved to Portland with, what I had, which was a duffel bag of clothes and a few books. I think I was reading some Kurt Vonnegut and some Bukowski at the time. I made it down to Portland. Everything seemed to really be going well. I was on an incline, I started learning a lot about myself emotionally. I made a handful of friends, new friends who were healthy and positive and had a good impact on my life, one of which fell deeply in love with. But for some reason I still wasn't really happy. I was clean, for the whole year, but I wasn't dealing with problems the way that I think I should have been dealing with them, still putting them on the back burner, avoiding them altogether, and it was still causing some turmoil. Hannah and I eventually ended up getting an apartment in Portland. It was a beautiful place in the West End, gorgeous, absolutely, and it was actually there that I underwent some of the biggest emotional changes of my life. It was on a night in October. I was walking home and there was a guy I'd never seen before, never met, never talked to. He came up to me out of the blue and he said, "Hey, are you looking?" It caught me off guard. I said, "Excuse me?" He says, "Are you looking?" And he opens up his hands and I see multiple bags in his hand, and it was almost like autopilot, I could see my body working. I couldn't do anything about it, reaching in my wallet, grabbing 220s and making the exchange, and I was really angry, because for a whole year I'd done really well, and to be introduced into this, after not having been around it, I broke so easily. I was, what the fuck, It was really hard, and I was really mad at myself that night, and the last thing I remember is in the bathroom. I was sitting there about to use my purchase. That was the last thing I remember. I woke up, and the very next thing I remember is seven or eight paramedics over me, and I'm on the floor. And I actually did die that night. It was really hard, It was, the impact it made on me was absolutely exponential. I remember asking one of the nurses that was over me, "Is this real life? Is this really happening?" She said, "Yeah, you almost didn't come back, The first thing I remember hearing them say is, "We got him. He's going to be okay. He's still with us." I'll never forget that. It plays in my head like a record. And as they're rolling me out on the stretcher into the ambulance, I look and see my best friend who found me in the bathroom, and she's crying in the corner. And I selfishly put her through that. And the impact that it had on me has now helped me to perceive life a lot cleaner. My perception is much more humble. It's much more relaxed. And I believe that I too am an agent of change. People do change. People can make things better. And sometimes we have to learn things the hard way. I think I learned it the hardest way possible, but life is good now. I have a beautiful family of my own. Thank you. Thanks for listening.